Hello, my name is Rodney. I am from the pOedGamer YouTube channel, and I am doing a series of videos on budget board gaming, and it's more of a what can you get for if you don't have a lot of money. So I've got a lot of board games, and I've actually picked up quite a few of them at thrift stores and places like that, and I've kind of limited myself to a budget of $10. So anything that I've bought for under $10 is I can highlight in a video like this. If it's over $10, like I've gotten a lot for 15 and 20, but I consider budget more like kind of like $10 is my max, because that's generally at any time I'll probably have $10 on me. So yard sales, thrift stores, things like that. Those are places you can get pretty cheap board games. And today I'm going to show two different ones that I've got that I was able to pick up fairly cheaply. Actually, the two I'm going to show today I got for $1.50 each, and this was at a thrift store. And it's two of my favorite ones I picked up, not because of the game or what their value is, but more of the amount of fun I've had with them. And the first one I want to show you is got Risk Lord of the Rings. I picked this up at a Goodwill, and it actually still has the price tag on it. You can kind of see how long ago I picked it up. Got it for $1.50, and they got it. I believe the dates on this is correct. 7/18/11, so 2011. That's when I picked this up for $1.50, and it's only missing one item, and that is actually the ring, which to me is not that big of a deal, because one, I own the Lord of the Rings Monopoly game, and it has the ring in it, and from what I understand, it's the same. It's the same ring, like the same size and everything. It's just into two different board games. But also, I mean, it's just a round piece of plastic. It's nothing that you can't substitute in. And the second game that I'm going to show you I also got for $1.50 was the 50th anniversary Clue. And I've always enjoyed Clue. It's I like deduction games, and this one is just one of the first ones I ever played, and it's kind of more of a nostalgia feel to it than actually of the value of the game. So I mean, some people will pay a lot for these games, but these are two of the games that I've picked up, and just because of what they are and how much fun I've had with them since I bought them. Both of them, the Clue, all the components with it, now in good condition. I'm actually here in just a moment going to break out the game, show you the components and what they look like. Just that these are the two that I got the luckiest on, of actually finding them and them having almost all of, or if not all, the components of. So, but like other times I've went and bought the board games at a garage sale or a thrift store or something like that, and it'd be missing so much of the game that you couldn't play it. But in these two cases, that didn't happen. So let me actually open these two games up and show you what the components look like. Okay, right here we have the board for the Lord of the Rings board game. As you can see, it is in pretty good condition. It's just one spot in the very center of the board, about here, and that's really the only spot on the entire board that is actually damaged. And I actually counted every single one of the cards to make sure that they were all here, and most of the cards look pretty good. I mean, there's none of them are bent or anything. None of them actually look like they've really been shuffled much. You can see some kind of lines in them, like where they looks like they have been played a few times. But if I went through and turned all of them the same way, that would probably correct some of that. But yeah, like some of them, like you can see like the little marks on like some of them. But overall, these cards were in very good condition. And then there was also These were looking a little bit more like they had been used a little bit more, but also when I bought this game, the cards were all like kind of just messed, thrown around the box. So that may be a reason why some of the edges on the cards are a little frayed a little bit, but they're not really damaged. So I'm not really sure if the camera can pick that up, but there's like little specks, like where the cards have like bumped into each other. And you can see like the cards really aren't bent or anything. They're still pretty straight. The rulebook actually for this game looked really good. I mean, there's like a little bend here like where somebody's held it like this. But other than that, no writing in the book or anything like that. It was pretty much really good condition. Then we have the men, and there's all kinds of little men. Each of the different factions have different figures. I mean, they're all kind of like just offshoots of the same thing. Like this guy just has a cowl on, and this guy doesn't. And the same thing for the other ones. That's very similar to the black one. Never pay attention to that. Where'd the other guy go? There we are. So yeah, they're a lot of the figures are very similar to each other. Yeah, okay. I never really, this is actually the first time I've ever compared them that close. But yeah, a lot of the figures they're actually pretty well made. I mean, they're your typical, I mean, they're just formed plastic, so they're not like insanely like detailed, but for a like generally mass-produced game like this, they're in pretty good condition. Also, there's one die missing. I forgot about it. One of the white dice, and I just substituted one of my own. So that's right, that's in there. And the ring is missing, and I'm not actually sure where it was supposed to go. But I was very happy with this game. The box has a little bit of wear, like shelf wear on it. But as you can see, there's tape on the box. That's something the thrift store would have done to prevent people from stealing from the game. But overall, everything in this one was in very good condition. Be right back, and I'll show you the Clue game. Okay, right here we are looking at the Clue board game. Kind of got it set up in the beginning of the game without the cards or anything. But this game was in very good condition also. There was just like general use wear on the cards around the edges. Other than that, there was not very much issues with the game. The board was in very good condition. I'm pretty sure this gold leaf or just gold paint, this would probably come off after a few plays, but evidently this game had been played maybe once. The only reason why I know that it was played is because of the right here. You can actually see there's some things taken off the pad here, and notice there is actually an extra weapon in this one for poison. I really haven't done any research to see if this was the first time poison was used in Clue or not, but it actually is a little vial of poison, which is kind of cool. It also came with a rather large D6. And the rope, actually, I like the way the rope looked. A lot of these little pewter figures, the casting on them was really good. So yeah, there's like the candlestick. Actually has a lot more detail than what I was used to. Used to just a round candlestick. And honestly, when I bought the game, I didn't expect any of those to be in it, or any of these figures, because everybody actually has a little figure for them. So there's Mr. Green, and actually also the base of them is the color for them. Also like Miss Peacock, Professor Plum. They're all actually very well done. They also, the board, like for each person, is colored for where they go, so it actually makes it a little bit easier to set up. Also, each person has this little board here. It's like it says you're invited, so there's one for each character. And on the front, it says, it gives you a little thing about, it's like an invitation to a party. So you got, like, and each one has their own, for each character, there's their name on it. Which I thought that's kind of cool, because what you do is, they came with these little, like, cheap plastic clips. What they're for is actually put on the top like that, and you can put your clue sheet here, and you just turn it upside down so that so people can't see it. And just turn it over and just mark your stuff. This gives you a little something hard to write on, so that you don't actually. Because I know that's one of the things. Like people, like they'll be writing, trying to hold their arm down and write behind their arm and everything. Makes it a little bit, and then it's kind of hard to hide what you're doing. But with this, you can actually hold it up and actually write very easily and not have somebody see what you're doing. But yeah, instead of like a little normal envelope, you actually got this little green one here. It says the 50th anniversary and everything on it. It also still had all the pencils in it, and they all were in like the original sharpened condition. Like I've played this game. Oh, let's see. But yeah, I've only played this one twice. I've had, just like some other of my friends have played this. I have another clue set. Yeah, I keep these because you can actually write on the back of them, and because it's the only one that I know that has poison. I could probably download one off of Board Game Geek, but I kind of like using these. And as much as I play Clue, I'll probably never use up all those pads. Also, it came with this little tin here. They call it like a dice cup, but I've never used it as one. You probably get it. You probably supposed to roll the dice in, or kind of like put it in it and just like kind of turn it over or something. I'm not really sure. I've never used it for that. I just use it to put the weapons and the die in at the end of the game to keep. And the rules actually are done pretty well. They are actually, you have the little thing here for the advertisement for it, but the rules are actually done really well. They actually look like a little notebook, and actually tells a little story in it, and it just basically gives you the rules for the game. So it's actually a pretty good version of Clue that I actually like. The extra weapon doesn't really add too much to the game. Doesn't make it too much more complex. It's just if you've played Clue a lot, and you know kind of a path to ask questions for, it does throw a kind of a, I guess you could call it, a monkey wrench into their plans, because if they're not used to asking for the poison, sometimes they'll just overlook it even though they don't have it marked off on their sheet. That's actually happened to me the first time I played it. I wasn't even thinking about the poison, and I lost because I said what I thought it was, but I forgot about that. But yeah, overall, also to store the game, it actually comes with a pretty good tray. There's a place for all the figures at the top. So yeah, they all just go in. And so yeah, and actually this game wasn't all bounced around the box because of how the tray is. It actually holds everything in place, even if you drop it. I mean, even place for the cards. That's probably where most of the wear around the cards have come from, because it's so tight. But that's my two favorite finds at a thrift store, and just kind of giving you guys an idea of what you can find for really cheap. You don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, for the Lord of the Rings Risk and the 50th anniversary of Clue, I paid $3. Not $3 each, but $3 total. So I got each of them for $1.50. So you can actually get some decent board games for really cheap. I mean, I know Clue is not everybody's favorite game, and I know Risk is kind of like a game that people can cause a lot of arguments. But if you're on a budget, there's not much better you can do. There's not much better you can do than this. But hopefully, this kind of gives you an idea of what you can find, and the condition things can be in. Just because you go in a thrift store doesn't mean they're going to be in horrible condition. But until next time.